Hey guys, today we're going to be doing a build in a Phanteks Eclipse 300. Hope you enjoy it. Alright guys, like I said, today we're going to build in the Phanteks Eclipse P300. I'm going to do this video differently than the last build I did. What basically, in a nutshell, I'm going to put the parts in and kind of talk to you guys while I do it. So it's going to be a little different for me, and hopefully enjoy it. I'm going to talk about some of the things I do, why I do them, and maybe just talk about the channel. And you're going to recognize all the parts. Like I said, I'll put what parts are in it down below. But it's they're basically, I'm taking everything out of the Black Dragon build and putting it into this one. I'm going to talk about why I'm doing that too. So here we go, and I hope you enjoy it. Alright, so we're going to take our side panels off first here. I like the way they did this panel here because, it's got some nice thumb screws, but they also have rubber washers, and then, there's a little rubber section that the glass goes around. That's pretty nice. And then, like I said, it just kind of flips out and pops off. Like I said, there's a little bit of rubber around these. It's very cool. Alright. What I usually do with the glass panels is I'll put them inside the case. Inside the box the case came in. That way it's kind of stays safe. You can put it between the styrofoam, things like that. One of the first things I do is I get my side panels off. I can be able to, take a look inside, see what I'm going to do with the wiring, things of that nature. Normally what I do in a build also is I put the power supply in first. One of the reasons I do that is, when you're dealing with, I'll just say in the past, I've dropped a power supply or two onto a motherboard, and I think I'd rather have the power supply in first, just so that doesn't happen, because I've had some pretty scary experiences with that. If you're clumsy, you're clumsy. What's nice about this here is I don't have to worry about that too much because there's a shroud, so the power supply is going to go on from the back. I'm still going to probably put my motherboard in first, just because, well, old habits. So we'll rock with it. And what I'm going to also do is get everything in here and then look at putting fans in. I did purchase additional fans to put into this thing. So let's see what the front is here. Like I said, this case, for the price, I've been pretty impressed with it. It's fits a couple of drives in the front here. It's also got in the back, you can mount your SSD right here. I'll probably take this fan off in the back also. Do that real quick. One of the reasons to take this fan off here is just, I got some LED fans, and it'd be kind of cool to use them. Which I'm really excited about the LEDs for this thing. It should be pretty cool. So I'll explain why I'm taking the parts from the Black Dragon and put them into this. So one of the reasons for that is, building stuff like this takes money, and one of the things I do is I turn around and sell the projects that I work on. And I'm not trying to get rich by selling them. I'm not trying to make a profit. In reality, I'm attempting to get back what I put into it money-wise, so I can buy more parts, make more videos, things like that. And what I found with the Black Dragon build is I was having a hard time doing that because it's, I custom paint job. And with the custom paint job, you know, it wasn't, you know, there wasn't a big audience for it, but it was kind of cool to make. And so my options are, you know, maybe I can sell that case just by itself now at a cheaper cost, maybe the cost of the case, that, or, you know, having a more contemporary case that, you know, looks a little cooler. You know, maybe I'll recoup that money a little better. Like I said, we will see, and I'm more than willing to give it a go. And if that doesn't work, well, then I got an extra computer. But like I said, time will tell. All right. Cool. So let's get our motherboard in here. Like I said, I think this motherboard is pretty cool. I'm going to probably use it again at some point. That's different. So one thing I can tell you about this case is it doesn't have one of those center pegs, which I haven't seen something like that in a while, but still kind of cool. But anyways, like I said, the point of some of these builds is to try to turn around and keep the channel going. You know, I don't want to be one of those guys that, like I said, I'm not trying to get rich. I'm just enjoying what I'm doing, and I want to keep doing it, and I'm trying to find ways to keep that going. When I first started the channel, one of the things I wanted to do was I wanted to just do computer mods, you know, case mods and things like that. And what I ended up finding out was, you know, didn't have a lot of what I needed to do that all the time. You know, it was becoming a very difficult task. So here I am. Like I said, got a bunch of projects lined up to do, and you know, I'm gonna be able to figure some things out as soon as I find the correct screws to put in here. Now, one of the things I like about this little toolkit, I'm not even using the feature, is this extends, which is pretty wicked. I'm not sure if iFixit makes something like that. Have to check their website. iFixit's pretty cool too. I know in one of my videos I was kind of hard on the iFixit toolkits because of their price. But something to bear in mind with iFixit compared to other places is iFixit really supports the do-it-yourself fix-it, you know, motion. You know, there's a lot of companies that don't want you to be able to fix things. They want you to buy. You know, it breaks, throw it away, buy a new one. There's really a lot of times no reason to do that when you can just, you know, fix it. And they have a lot of material on their website for that. So I highly recommend, if you don't buy an iFixit toolkit, that you go on the website and check out some of the things they offer. So it looks like I'm going to have a lot of room in this case. There's a lot of space for cable management and whatnot. I'm really digging that. You know, I know when I did the review, one of the things I was concerned about was the top of this case and the cutout up there. But I think that cutout's going to be just fine. It looks like I got more than enough space with how this motherboard fits in here. So, you know, wicked, huh? Alright, so we got that in there. That's looking good. we got our back fan off. Why don't we go ahead and we're going to install our video card. What we have here is, this is the power color. Geez, what was it? It's a power color. Excuse me. Power color RX 590, I believe. If I'm wrong, I'll correct myself later. But it's a pretty solid card. It's relatively cheap right now, and it'll give you basically what you're looking for, you know, as far as bang for your buck. I recommend the card. Well, I guess I would, otherwise I wouldn't be using it. If I haven't mentioned it already, I'm really excited about the cable management for this. So I think this case is going to end up being really clean. And I really wish I had some M.2 drives to put in this bad boy, because that would be really slick. But, you know, like I said, this is gonna be really cool. I'm anticipating, you know, given it's gonna have more of a contemporary case design that might be a little more appealing, that maybe I'll have a better chance getting my money back and then being able to build something else. So, you know, there's other cases out there I want to build in. With the summer coming up, I'm also planning on getting into doing some more mods. Like I said, one of the reasons I started this channel is I wanted to start doing some mod work and really starting to get into that. I live in Ohio and I have to paint outside because, you know, can't stink up the house. I got a young child in the house, and so I'm looking into getting into streaming. If you guys hadn't seen yet, I have a video. If it's not up by the time I'm done filming this, it will be up. But looking at webcam, and you know, if there's something you're interested in seeing me stream, let me know. I might stream a bunch of different. I think I might do some different types of streams. You know, I might stream some builds, maybe stream me doing some mods. Gaming obviously is going to be something to look into streaming, so that'll be an option too. So as you can see here, we have a pretty good amount of space. I can't complain about that. You know, I think this is going to end up being probably one of the cleanest builds I've done. So let's look in the back and see what we got here. Alright, so we're going to see what the real test is here. And that's going to be this power supply. Let's see what kind of space we got. Well, it looks like that's going to fit in there pretty good. I think, for the sake of everything, I'm going to put this in, yeah, face down. So normally, if I'm going to be selling a computer, I put it face up with the shroud and no holes in the shroud for ventilation. I'm going to put this face down. The reason I usually put it face up if I'm selling it is I don't know what the person I'm selling it to, where they're going to sit their computer. You know, last thing I want to do is if they place it on the carpet, the last thing I want is to sell it to them, have them burn it up and be like, hey, you know, you sold me a bad computer. It's like, no, I didn't. You choked it off. Blew up your power supply. I've seen that happen. I think too, down the line, as I do more of this stuff, I think I'm going to try to start playing around with multiple cameras, you know, trying to get different angles and things like that. Like I said, that'll be some stuff I'll have to figure out. Man, if I haven't said that before, I really dig this case. I really like how this is going to turn out. You can see in the back, power supply fits in there. It's a little bit tight where you got to plug everything in. Hopefully I'm not going to need to plug anything else in. I really didn't check that like I normally would. So I could hopefully I didn't screw myself there, because I think to get certain things in there I may have to take it out to plug them in, but we're gonna find out as we come to that. So, you know, I think I got a little bit of a mess going on here in the studio, because the studio also doubles as the computer room / man cave. So both my wife and I have gaming setups in here, and then, you know, I also film in here as time allows. So as far as hard drives goes, storage is going to be a 1 terabyte. Excuse me, a 1 terabyte Western Digital Blue. Kind of dig it. It's found it to be pretty decent. Kind of a tight fit. Like I said, I kind of dig that though. It kind of snaps in there. These sides, they flip up, you get it lined up. Pretty simple construction, and you know, boom, it's in there. So but like I said, this is about a 10 by 12 room. So it can get cramped. And I appreciate the fact that my wife puts up with me in here. It allows me to do some of the things I do as far as filming and whatnot. Very cool. I'm going to sort some of these out here. Let's kind of see what we got in this rat's nest. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to fast forward a little bit. I'm going to get some of these odds and ends in there, and then we'll look at cable management and put in the fans. Alright guys, so you can see we got everything but cooling in here. We're going to do cooling next. It looks pretty good for the most part. I think it's going to be a real, like I said, a real clean case. I'm really excited about it. There's just a lot that you do with it. On the back side, I probably could have taken a little more time for the cable management, but you know, not too horrendous. You know, we have our SSD I mounted there. You know, like I said, I would love, you know, I would love to get a better power supply that gave me a little bit better with the cables, but I think I did all right with it. I mean, I probably could have done this a little cleaner, but at the same time, like, nobody's going to see this. The case is going to be closed. What I'm really ecstatic about is what's in the front here. And like I said, that's pretty cool. Like I said, I like how clean that is. I can't wait to get some fans in it. So speaking of which, let's talk about some fans here. So anyways, for fans, I went ahead, I had bought 2 sets of fans. The original set I bought was from Up Here, and it was proprietary. When I bought it on the web off of Amazon, I discovered that, like I said, it was proprietary, but one of the reasons I bought it was because it said in the ad that it used Aurora Sync. Well, at the time I didn't realize there were 2 different types of Aurora Sync. There was a 4-pin and a 3-pin, and the set of fans that sent me were a 3-pin. My motherboard has a 4-pin. I've heard people say, oh, you can fix that, you can just snip one of the pins off, and it's like, I didn't want to get into all that. So that set of fans was a set of 6 fans, RGB, controllable, and it was like, you know, $30 for the up ears. So I opted. It was a little bit more expensive. I think this is between $50 and $60, but I got Deep Cool. It's a set of 5 fans. It uses the 4-pin, and let's take a look in the box and see what we got in here. So, anyways, this is the box. Get this open, if it opens. Need to work on my unboxing skills here. So what we got here are a set of instructions. This does have some fan controllers in it. It looks like it comes with 2. Let's take a look at that first. So yeah, then we have the screws to be able to mount our fans. We have a couple of hubs here for fans. It looks like you fit 4 fans to a hub. That's not too bad. Looks like we have an extension for the RGB. Now, let's look at the rest of it. Now, it looks like these hubs here are actually for power. Doesn't appear that they're for actual RGB. Let me take a look here. Yeah, it looks like actually that the RGB will daisy chain. So like I said, we have our fans next. These are LED. They'll sync to my Aurora sync. I think these will look pretty cool inside the case. I like the fact that the fans have some rubber here to help with the dampening. You know, I like the fact that for this particular case, these fans are black, and that they're going to light up in the center like that. That's going to be pretty cool looking. When you look at the end of these here, here's our power, and then here is the RGB, and like I said, the RGB will daisy chain. So we'll see what I can work with that. And kind of go from there. I haven't quite decided yet if I want to, how I want to do that exactly. I may or may not use these. I'm going to see how many headers I have for fans on the motherboard. So I may just not use these at all. But like I said, I'm going to take a peek at that and get that set up. Like I said, this was between, I think, $50 or $60. Still not too bad for, you know, 5 fans. Like I said, RGB. Oh, RGB means more frames, huh? Right? But it's 500, 1500 RPM, so I think it's going to be pretty decent. So anyways, well, let's get this rolling. I'm going to get these fans put in, and then we're going to fire it up and see how it looks. I'm going to probably skip past the installation process on these and just get you guys squared away to the finished product, and probably, you know, maybe we'll do some peel pouring. I haven't decided yet, because like I said, of me wanting to sell this, I might leave the plastic on until then. But anyways, here we go. Alright guys, so there's what it looks like. I think it's a pretty decent job there. So, no complaints. And like I said, if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.